Welcome to my Scrap in Space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. And today I'm going to show you how to make this very fun, simple, easy, quick birthday card from the Country Wood Suite. Let's get my face out of the way and create. I want to talk to you about the Country Wood Suite. It's wonderful. So the Country Wood Suite, first of all, can be found in the annual catalog on pages 50 and 51. And it's a double suite. We might call it a mega suite. The papers I'm using today come from this set of papers called Country Wood. But I have 3 videos using I'm making 3 different projects, and you'll get to see all the product that's in here. And of course, it's all in the new annual catalog. If you don't have the new annual catalog, reach out to your demonstrator. And if you don't have a demonstrator, reach out to me. I'd love to help you with this. Okay, let's take a second and talk about the suite, and then let's make this card. So this beautiful suite board made for us by Amy has the Country Woods paper on this side. And as you can see, let's see where I can get that where you can see it. There we go. Lots of rustic wood paper. So many things you can do it. And then this side is called Country Lace. It's more of a denim type fabric. We have an embossing folder. It's called Eyelet. It's wonderful. And then amazing stamps and die cuts. We're just going to use today 2 papers from here, and that in itself is going to make an amazing card. So let's get started. As I said, I have 2 papers. Actually, I'm using two of my favorite papers from there. This blue, has so much texture. All you have to do is use it, and it's just a flat paper. It looks great. And then we're going to add a touch of texture to this one. So let's look at our pieces. We're starting with a standard navy card base. Of course, you could change it up and use any of these colors. I just grabbed navy because I wanted the papers to be the star and not really the card base. I didn't want that to take away attention. And then we're just going to fold our card base in half and give it a great fold. So this is our paper, and that's just going to go there. We'll do that in a minute. This is that strip of paper right here. And let's see if you can see the difference here. This is what the paper looks like before you do something with it. And all I did was use one of our new and great fun embossing folders. It's one of my favorites. You'll see me use it a lot. And it just added a touch more texture. Now, I didn't do anything to this paper. You would think I would, but the paper itself, just the design of it has so much texture. It doesn't need anything. So I grabbed Dashing Designs. If you don't have this embossing folder yet, grab any of your embossing folders that will give you an overall embossed look. And we're going to set it in there. I'm using that line as my guide. I'm going to make sure my Stampin' Up! Logo is on top, and I'm going fold first. Now, I mark mine when they come. I put the name of the folder and what plates I want. And the plates are what you use to guide your embossing folder or die cut through your cut and emboss machine or whatever kind of machine you're using. Let's just move this so you can see. All right, I'm going to put my machine sideways. That's not usually how I use it, but it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. This says I need plates 1 and 4. You always use plate 1. Here's plate 1. And you always have something on top of whatever's going through your embossing machine. You may be using a Big Shot or something else. This is the Stampin' Up! Machine, and I love it. You always have something on top, whether you're embossing or cutting. That protects your work, and it also protects your machine. Believe me, you don't want a small die getting caught up in this machine. Ask me how I know. So then we're just going to put down something's on top, and we're just rolling it through. And if it's not rolling as easily as this one is, stop and check. It probably means that you either have one too many plates, or you don't have the right plate recipe, we call it, which ones you use, but it's really just that simple. So I went from a fun little sheet of paper to something that really has a lot more definition. Let's make our card now. I placed mine just of a 1/4 inch. You could put it on the edge, you could put it wherever you wanted. And this paper doesn't really have an up and down, and I want to see more of like the, let's call it, I don't know, distressed part over here. So I'm going to start here, and I'm using, you could use grid paper. I'm using my favorite glass mat, but And I'm going to line that up here and then know that that will help me line up my quarter. So what I did was I just put on a solid line, and then the dotted line on the glass grid is your 1/4 inch. This is a perfect job for our multi-purpose glue. I use the tape runner all the time and I love it. But when I have to maybe move some things, this gives you a couple seconds grace. And as you can see, this is really embossed. And sometimes if you're using a tape runner on a piece of paper that's heavily embossed, it kind of just like floats on the top and it may not get the grip you want. And I have much more glue on here than I usually do, but again, it's embossed and I want it to catch. So I'm going to hold this here. I'm going to line that up there. There we go. So that helped me get everything straight. And I feel like, there we go. I'm just going to move it down a little bit so we're top and bottom. How easy was that? Okay. Now we're just, and see that pretty paper is on the back of this blue. It's kind of hard when your two favorite papers are back to back and you have to make a choice. That's why we use both of them on this one. Here's my card base. For me, if I line it up on my paper grid or my glass mat grid and start it straight, I'm more likely to get something on straight. That's going to go there. Now, of course, there's no direction to this. So you could get this far and decide you want to put your circle going this way. I'm going to go this way because my stamping's already done, and so I have it oriented this way. But you could certainly make your card this way and then put it in here. So I stamped a happy birthday. And on the inside, I stamped yay for you. And these stamps came from a new stamp set called Pocket Thoughts. And of course, all the measurements, all the steps to put this together are on my blog. Yay for you. Now, yay for you is a great saying for a birthday, but it feels kind of small in there, doesn't it? Like, and those of you who know me know I'm not one to write a note, so I don't want to like have all this blank space I feel like I need to fill up. So I have a scrap that's a 1/2 inch long, and I'm going to put it right at the top of that card base. Just like so. There we go. And I may have gotten a little generous with that glue. You certainly don't need that much glue for this little strip of paper. There we go. And then again, because I'm using the green glue, I can kind of move it to where I want. And while we let that set up just a second, because there's plenty of glue on there, let's do our envelope flap. This is a fun card to send. Why would you send it in a naked envelope? Here's my basic envelope. Stampin' Up, love their quality. It's so soft. I suppose that isn't really a quality you're looking for in an envelope, but then when you start using it, you're like, I love these envelopes. I have another strip of paper, and because I'm using the patterns from both sides, you can pick. I think I like this side. I'm going to put glue right here. And when you're doing the envelope flap, this piece is a 2 1/4 by 6. And I always want to put glue on the envelope flap, not on the paper. The paper's bigger, so if you put glue all the way around and plop it down, you're going to have a mess underneath. So if you remember to always put glue on your smaller piece, you'll have less of a mess. And I'm getting all the way around the outside. I don't want a gap where a postal sorting machine or something else is going to catch it and rip our wonderful envelope. Okay, let's do a little trimming. There we go. I'm going to use my card as my guide, flip it over, and trim what I don't need. And let's do the same with the envelope. Doesn't that make a difference? All of a sudden, we've gone from something that just holds our beautiful card, that's part of our beautiful card. Someone maybe is getting a lot of birthday cards, as you should on your birthday, and they're going to find this one in the pile and think, ooh, this one I want to open first, or this one I'm saving for last because it looks really good. All right, there's our envelope. Let's put this on the inside of our card. Just like this. Whoa. look what just that half-inch strip of paper does for the inside of your card. You've taken something from the outside of your card and brought it to the inside. Now, we're not done on the front, obviously. So these are our stylish shapes, and they come in a variety of sizes. And you certainly could just put this happy birthday wherever you want. But I felt like the white circle needed to be grounded. It kind of was like standing out. So I could have done a navy mat on the round, so that would have worked. But I grabbed instead a piece of the paper and cut the size bigger. And because it's DSP paper, you can pick, what do you want to put there? You know what? I'm kind of liking that. On this one, I did the darker one. On this one, let's do the light side. I'm going to first use some dimensionals. If you haven't used those, think of like thin foam that's sticky on both sides. They just add a little lift to what you're putting on your card. As long as you don't do 2 rows deep under the dimensionals, they're going to go through the mail just fine. And then you can take your pick tool, which has disappeared from my table, or the ends of your snips to pull off the backing, or some of you I bet can do it with your fingernails. There we go. Then I want the wood grain, or do I want it? I think I want it going sideways, so it's going the same way as our paper. There we go. Then we're just going to glue this down. The nice thing about using DSP as kind of a mat, you have choices, and choices are always good. So we're just going to plop this right here, and all we need is just a couple dimensionals to finish that up. And what I'm going to do is I grabbed adhesive back dapple dots. These came from that fun duck pond suite, but look at this. They kind of look like wood that's checkered like this. And we're just going to add 3 of them. I usually do a triangular shape. So that means one of my adhesives is by itself and the other 2 are together. Okay, how easy was that? You have a birthday card ready to go. So quick and easy. Thanks for watching. You can find all the directions on my blog. And until next time, keep creating. It's good for you.